Hi, I'm joined today by Lachlan Hughes, the CIO and CEO of Swell Asset Management. G'day, Lachlan.
Thanks for having me, Fraser.
Not a problem. Now, we thought we might have a quick chat, if we can, about some of the stuff that you're doing here at Swell. So we might, but before we do that, we might start with a little bit about you in the past. Tell us your story.
Yeah, absolutely. So my work history, I actually started as a solicitor back in the early 2000s. So I was working with the Bank of New York in London, which was like a really great opportunity for me as a guy from the Sutherland Shire. And I go over to London, I'd get a job with the Bank of New York, and 1 minute I'm walking across Tower Bridge with a file under my arm going off to a meeting. Now, it was a custody role, but I actually had the opportunity to work with a lot of asset managers at that time because the Bank of New York had relationships with all the major asset managers. We were doing stock lending agreements and custody agreements for them. And that was really what piqued my interest. I've always loved investing, but I was a lawyer. And I sort of came back to Australia, worked with Mallisons. I really started around 2006 thinking, I want to move into investing full time. This is what I want to do. At that point, I started my CFA and started writing off to various asset managers. And I wrote letters off to John Sevior and all the big asset managers, basically saying, look, I'd love to come and work for you. And the answer I'd always get back from a lot of people was, look, that's great, you want to be an investor, but you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer first. So I basically wrote off to a whole group of people, and it was around 2008 I came across an ad from Challenger for an investment role in the small cap team there. Now, it was something I applied for. Obviously went through a few rounds of interviews, psych testing, and then signed the contract with Challenger on the 9th of September. It was a Friday. I was get to be married on Saturday, the following day. We waited around for about a week because I was a groomsman at one of my friend's wedding the following Friday. So we did that. We went away on a honeymoon on the Saturday. Lehman Brothers collapsed on the Tuesday. So it was an interesting time. So I said to my wife, look, this is bad. We need to get back and I need to start this role with Challenger because I sort of moved. I tried to make the move across, but I struggled to get the opportunity. So when this came up, I was eager to get back for it. It
sounds like an absolutely crazy time.
Yeah.
Was there still a job for you when you got back?
Yeah. So we got back, and fortunately, there was still a job for me. I started on the following Monday, but at that time, the markets were melting, and all the major investment banks were kind of right-sizing their equities teams. So there was a whole heap of people who were eminently more qualified than I was take my role. Fortunately, Challenger honoured the role, and I started there. But for me, it was a great opportunity. You got to see, how a market behaves when things go wrong. And I took really three main things out of that period. And the first one was, in difficult times, in challenging times, there's a flight to quality. And this sort of instructed the way we invest today. That was the first point. Quality wins out when the market's tough. The second one is, at that time, even the companies that were very strong, have great products, a good industry structure, if they had over-borrowed, those companies were coming up unstuck as well. So you had good companies who were going out of business. You had companies that have to raise money at very low prices. So that was the second thing. Invest in quality, stay away from leverage. And the third thing was the importance of a team and the team values. And this is something that when I started Swell, I was really keen to make up our own values.